Hello, everyone, and good morning. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. And I'm here to tell you that if you enjoy the show in any capacity at all, maybe I'm funny, maybe I have good guests, maybe, I don't know, sometimes I'm interesting, whatever. If there's anything that you like about this show, please hit that follow button, that subscribe button, wherever you're listening. If you're on YouTube, make sure you like the videos, you subscribe to the channel, you comment, and you share. I am tired of working menial jobs and would love to speed up the process of making some money on this goddamn thing. So please, like, comment, subscribe, share, tell everyone about us wherever you listen to the show. Follow it. It makes a huge difference. Thank you guys. Enjoy the episode. Good morning, everybody, and thank you all for tuning into the show on this lovely Monday morning. Alec Baldwin had some fun, huh? Holy shit. Who saw that coming? Not me. Not me. He seems like he's an all right guy. I don't know. I've always heard some shit about the Baldwin Brothers. Nobody likes them, right? It's weird. I don't know why. I mean, now I know why, but before everybody always had a problem with them. They're like, oh, they're pricks. Like we know who they are, like we know them outside of being actors. Very weird. Especially Alec Baldwin, right? He's been famous for a long time. People have loved him in movies, but for whatever reason, we on the outside love talking about celebrities, and we think we know who they are, And I mean, prior to this incident, again, I don't have a huge Alec Baldwin history, but prior to this past incident, I don't know why people don't like him and why they didn't like him. But now we do. I mean, I guess, what is done in the dark will come out in the light, right? And what's weird about that instance, for those of you who don't know, Alec Baldwin shot and killed a producer, a cinematographer, on his latest movie, whatever the movie is. I think it's called Rust, right? Which is interesting. It's an interesting name there because for my Modern Warfare 2 people, that was the place to go, right? If you wanted to kill somebody, you went to Rust. If you wanted to kill a lot of people, you went to the Rust map, right? Or if you were trying to, hang your balls on someone's neck in a quickscoping match, you're like, let's do Rust. And then there were those douchebags who wanted to do Scrapyard or some other place. But Rust is the place to go. If you want to take lives, you go to Rust. Modern Warfare 2. So it's interesting that the title of the movie is Rust. And is it still going to come out? That's my question. Is that scene, they should leave that. I don't know if they recorded it. They should have, right? Because it seems like it was planned, right? Because in the past, there's been a couple other incidents. It's very rare, but there's been a couple other incidents where there has been, death on a movie set regarding a prop gun. It's happened a couple times, right? There was Brandon Lee, that's probably the most famous one, where I guess there was the rounds aren't supposed to be live, right? That's the thing. They're supposed to just be blanks, and they're supposed to be like a little explosion to make it look like a gun. But I guess what had happened with Brandon Lee was there was a piece of the blank that was lodged in the last time it was fired. So when he got hit with an actual projectile, it hit him in his spine, and he fucking died. And the Lee family for years, and I love Bruce Lee, he's, inspiration of mine, but the Lee family for years has been trying to insert themselves in all different kinds of conversations. And this is one, right? They've taken this opportunity to make a little bit more money or have a little bit more notoriety, in the death of a young woman or a woman cinematographer. They've been able to insert themselves and say, hey, we feel your pain. Our son, or, my brother, because I think it's Shannon Lee that's been saying it. My brother was killed on a set, and my husband, my dad was also possibly killed. Nobody knows what actually happened to him. Could have been the mob, could have been, a brain aneurysm. He could have been poisoned. Nobody really knows, but we're going to ride that out Just like Hollywood does, right? Hollywood does that shit. They make 1,000 versions of the same thing. Not one Bruce Lee movie has been remade, which is good, right? Which is very good. I'm happy for that. But yeah, the Lee family, they inserted themselves into the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood thing, and they're talking shit about our dad. That's not nice. He's not here. He can't defend himself anymore. Well, that's what happens. When you die, you don't get the opportunity to talk shit back to people. Your fault. Your fault. You're dead now. Okay? You're done. And your family is just going to bitch and complain any opportunity that they get, right? But no, there was that, right? There was that incident. But there were blanks, right? And then the other incident, which was a little more comedic, right? If you were there watching it. I don't remember what the movie was or the actor, if we're being honest. I mean, who really cares? But, he had a round or he had a gun, and it was a similar thing where the cartridge in it, the blank, was kind of stuck, and he was joking around. He's like, ah, ha, 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 and he put it to his head. He put it to his fucking head, kidding. And he blasted himself in the head and gave himself a hemorrhage and died, which is ironic, right? I mean, you're making fun of people who kill themselves, which, is funny, right? That's funny. Am I the only one that, no? I don't know. But, no, he's like, ah, ha, ha, look at me. And we all do that, right, with like Nerf guns and shit like that. But it's ironic to see it when it actually happened, right? Wow, he really did it, but didn't mean to do it. What a crazy thing. You'd have to feel bad for the guys who tried killing themselves and didn't. Like, you already feel bad for them, right? The guys who try ending their own lives and they don't succeed. But when a guy isn't trying to and he does succeed, that's like a slap in the face to all those other guys, right? Remember there was that documentary about those people who jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge and they lived? A bunch of people lived, and they're like, first thing thank God I have this second chance at life, and the first thing I thought as I jumped off was this was a mistake and all this stuff. And here comes this guy, right, joking. Look at me, I'm gonna kill look at this. Look, anyone want to play a little Russian roulette? Look at me. I'm a fucking movie star. Yeah. I could do anything I want. Here we go. Cock, bang. And you're actually dead now. Now you're actually dead. And the people who were maybe in that documentary were like, man, I wish I had the drive that guy had. He was so nonchalant. I worry too much, Maybe that's why I didn't get the job done. I was worrying on the way down. I said, this is a mistake, and I lived. And now I can't walk because, I jumped off a bridge. And here comes this guy, happy-go-lucky, not a care in the world, puts what's supposed to be a prop gun up to his head. Harmless joke, right? We all do it, even as kids, right? Even with our hands, boom, and we, having a tough day at work, right? Having a hard day at work, and you're like, oh, Jesus, kill me. And you do a little pantomime, put the gun to your head. Maybe that's what he was doing. Maybe he was like, another day on the set, right, guys? Blasted his fucking, put some shit in his brain. What a sicko, huh? What a crazy way to go. You are in a very elite group of people. A movie star. Right, a person that's going to be in a movie. I don't know if he was a star, but he was an actor in a movie, and he was, ready to hit the silver screen to make some money, right, for his family. Maybe this was his big break, right? And he's in the movies, and he's excited. And you ever get, like, real excited? Like, you're out with your friends, and you're like, yeah, and you just start doing wild shit. You start guzzling alcohol or, grabbing women with reckless abandon. Like, you just do kind of wild things. That's probably what he was like. He was probably on a high, on a sugar rush. It's like, yeah, whoa, This is a great time. We're having a great time. We're all going to be on the movies. This is going to be great. We're going to get money. We're going to, wow, what a time. Bang. Dead. Done. So those are the, I did a little research, and those are really the only two prominent ones in recent years, at least. The last, 20, 30, 40 years, it's been those two, right? Accidents like this happen, but not super often. Very rare. And now, it's kind of nice, right? Because those happened before my lifetime. Now I can be like, wow, I was alive to see or to hear about a prop gun killing somebody on a movie set. It's like a comet or something, like an asteroid, Halley's Comet. You don't see it very often, right? Pretty interesting. And Alec Baldwin is a huge star, right? Brandon Lee was a big star, not like his dad, right? And then this other guy, I don't even remember his fucking name, and I read the article 10 minutes ago. I don't remember the guy's name at all, and but Alec Baldwin is huge. I mean, how's he going to recover from this? How's he going to be on the up and up after this? No one's going to want him on this set anymore. But what's crazy, and this is what I was going to get at, is that there was a live round in the gun. From the articles that I've read, from what I've understood, there was a live round in the gun, and the person who handed him the gun, who tossed it to him, said, hey, cold gun. That's the word they said, cold gun. And he turned out to be horribly wrong. I mean, I don't know if he loaded it. I don't know who did what, but it seems like there's something going on here, right? There was probably a stagehand or whatever you call them, a set hand, who was having a bad day and got tired of being ordered around by the Hollywood people and the people who were really making money on this thing. Probably had enough, and he said, you know what? Today's the day. We're going to make something happen. I've lived my entire life in fear. That's why I ended up on a movie set as a guy who cleans and, sets things up and helps people and gets some coffee. I've been a miserable shell of a person my entire life because I haven't had the balls to grab life by the horns and really, really make something happen for myself. And I just so happen to have a .44 caliber round in my car because, see, what happens is I have a gun in the back for, a day similar to this one, a day where I might go off the rail, might go off the cuff, right, off script, right, as that would make sense, right, and just to think, today might be the day. Today, and I had just one bullet chilling in the car. Maybe I was going to use it on myself. Maybe I was going to kill an innocent person, and then take my own life some other way. But my days as a set hand and as a gopher have caught up to me. They've caught up to me, and I'm sick and tired of these fucking people. So I'm gonna put an actual round in here, and we'll have a little fun. Right? We'll have a little fun on this next scene. I'm going to run to the bathroom once I pass the gun off, and we'll be good, right? And I'll come out and we'll see what happens. And now Alec Baldwin is at the helm of a murder, an accidental one, but a murder and an injury, right? It hurt another person. I think it hurt a producer. And he's at the helm of it. Right? And now he's giving people more fuel to dislike him. Unintentionally, of course. Right? Very unintentional. But nonetheless, crazy story, right? You never hear shit like that. I'm sure people get injured on sets all the time. But nobody gets killed. It's rare people get killed. Jackie Chan has been doing his own stunts for fucking 30 years. That motherfucker's still alive. He's broken, right? His body is stapled up and tied together with twisty ties off the bread loaves. But he's alive, right? How is that motherfucker still alive? Tom Cruise, right? He hung on to the side of a fucking plane. Like, what is that? Nobody died there? Nobody died there, right? Nobody died in these crazy... But some scene with a fake gun, quote unquote, that was supposed to have... Sonny Liston, right? Muhammad Ali pulled up on Sonny Liston in a craps game in a casino or some shit like that. And he pulled out a gun with a blank and shot at Muhammad Ali and scared the fuck out of everybody. Could you imagine if he had a loaded round at that point? Holy fuck. What mayhem would ensue? Ugh, I'm sick. But wow, what a wild time in Hollywood, huh? It takes brass balls to be a murderer. You guys ever watch Glenn Ross, where he comes in and rips into those salesmen, Alec Baldwin? It takes brass balls to be a salesman. I think that's what he said before he shot the gun. He said, it takes brass balls to be a cinematographer. Bang! Blasted her. Wasn't even part of the script. Wasn't even part of the script. He just said, you know what? We're gonna go off the cuff here. We're gonna do a little improvisation. I think this will work just fine because this is a gun with blanks in it, right? This will be fine. But fun time. Like, what's gonna happen next? Is that guy gonna be in other movies? Is that guy gonna be? Are people gonna be banging down his door to be in the next whatever? Saturday Night Live. He was on Saturday Night Live a couple times. Never killed anybody there. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Some people that could, leave this planet that are on Saturday Night Live. People wouldn't mind. But, no, crazy story. Holy shit. Right? Anyway, what else is going on? I'm sick. Sick as a motherfucker, man. I don't know what it is. It's almost like I'm unhealthy. Right? It's almost like I don't care about my health currently. It's like I eat anything and can't exercise. I've been hitting some... I hit a couple setbacks this past week, and shit happens, right? Shit happens. I've had a couple rough days, and it ended with me being sick, right? I got some... Literally out of the blue. It's so weird when I'm fine, I'm good, and then all of a sudden, bang, I'm sick as a motherfucker. Allergies out of nowhere. And it's terrible. But last night, I had James over, who's, been on the show 1,000 times and be on 1,000 more. But we were hanging out, doing whatever, and we were having a couple drinks, and I had a glass of wine, and I took some medicine that the doctor had given me the last time I was sick. And I didn't even think that you're not supposed to take it when you're, drinking alcohol. But holy shit, what a cocktail that was, right? I could see why people get addicted to drugs, like pills and shit like that. Because I wasn't loopy, but I felt kind of good, It's almost like it's addicting or something. But no, it was. Hopefully the shit passes. I feel like dog shit. It's the worst, man. But I read another article regarding how the Celtics are being canceled by China, which is hilarious, right? China, very communist, right? That's their whole thing. But somebody on the Celtics, some big white guy, right? Because that's the whole team. Some big white guy said something about Tibet, which I guess has been fighting for freedom, and China has been, making sure that doesn't happen. So the Celtics have been canceled by China. What a fucking crazy thing to read. There's already nonsense when it comes to canceling, right? Dave Chappelle, there's people dying, people bombing countries all over the world, and people want to bitch and complain about Dave Chappelle. They're complaining about the fucking Halloween movie, the new Halloween Kills, right? They're complaining about that shit because a gay couple got killed. What do you want? What do people want? I don't understand. It's a fucking horror movie about a killer. And people are bitching all the time about there's not enough this type of person in a movie. There's not enough, three-legged, transgender, fucking chihuahuas in these movies. There's not enough of them, right? So now there's a gay couple in the movie. I hadn't seen the movie, but there's a gay couple in the movie. In a movie about a fucking killer that fucking kills people. One of the most prominent serial killer movies ever to be made. Halloween. Right? Everybody dresses up as Michael Myers at some point. Everybody does some shit like that. And it's backed on the notion that that guy is going to kill you. He's going to kill people. We go and sit down and watch a movie with Michael Myers in it because we know there's going to be some killing and some suspense and some scary shit. Now, you guys get what you want. The people bitching and complaining get what you want. Okay, we have a gay couple in the movie. Not a problem. We did it. Yahoo. Now, because they get killed in a movie about a guy that kills people, people want to go up in arms. It's homophobic. Oh, it's bad. What do you want? Do you want them to live? This is a movie about murder and death and gruesome shit. You want them to just live happily ever? You want them to just beat? You want a gay couple that was put in a movie to put other people at ease. You want them to be the heroes. Not Jamie Lee Curtis, who's been in the series the entire time. Who I haven't seen the movie, but I'm sure she's the hero. I'm sure she does something that is prominent in the movie. And they save that part for her because she is the fucking centerpiece of the whole thing. If there's no Jamie Lee Curtis, there's no Michael Myers, and back and forth, right? Vice versa. Now it's a homophobic movie because gay people got killed in a movie about serial killers. Go fuck yourself, please. I'm sick and tired. I want this world to implode. I do. Every day I read bullshit on top of bullshit, and I want the world to just... I would love if, like, a big, a chisel just said wham in the middle of the earth, and it just right through, and it fell, and we all just went spiraling, and we just separated into the endless abyss of space, and we all just froze to death on this planet, or whatever would happen. Half of us would go toward the sun and burn to death. The other half would go into the everlasting cosmos, and we'd all fucking freeze to death. I would love that. I would love for something like that to happen, rather than hear all these people bitch and complain about a comedian who's going on stage and telling jokes. And if you listen to the whole fucking thing, if you listen to the jokes, he's not saying anything, in fact, he's empowering the idea that these are jokes, right? Dave Chappelle has been saying the same shit for years, and he says it at the end of his thing. My problem is not with, gay people or transgender people or whatever. It's with racism. All he's ever talked about is racism. A lot of the time. Yes, are transgender people and gay people the butt of his jokes a lot of the time? Sure. You know who else is? White people, black people, politicians. He's a comedian. You guys want to report on bullshit. You guys want to sit in front of a thing and be self-righteous. Today, we're gonna get a big page in the front of the paper, and it's gonna be a big deal, and people are gonna read about it. And Taco Bell is gonna start hiring more blue-haired, fucking three-eyed mongrels or whatever the fuck, the new people that we're going to try and put up on a pedestal. Listen, we're all fucking humans. We're all a detriment to this fucking planet and to ourselves, okay? There's nobody that needs to be put up on a pedestal, all right? Yes, there's very good people, and we appreciate them. There's very good people who do good things for good reasons. But this championing of different groups and get the fuck out of here, please get the fuck out of here with this. And don't get me wrong, I believe in equal rights for everybody. I think everybody should get I think everyone should get paid based on their merit. Everyone should get paid, status is bullshit, right? If you're a rich kid and you got put in a situation to be rich, that sucks for everybody else. But that's also your situation. Congratulations, you were born into it. Good job. But if another guy comes along, gay, straight, black, white, transgender, doesn't make a fucking difference. If that guy can do his job as good as you or better, that guy deserves to get paid as much or more. I believe that. Totally. But every week, there's a new complaint somewhere. Everybody's got to feel included. Nobody's feelings can get hurt. Nobody is, people have been bitching for years about participation trophies, right? Oh, everybody gets a trophy. Everybody. It's terrible. It's terrible. It really is. It's sickening. And I saw an article the other day, or I saw a video the other day about that woman, Barry Weiss, who supposedly nobody likes. But she said something that made sense. The world is going mad. People are worried about words. Words. Do you understand that? People are worried about fucking words. We have a president that can't even speak. He's not allowed to talk. He's not allowed to answer questions, and we're worried about fucking words? How about we worry about that motherfucker in his declining mental fucking state? Nobody cares about that. Nobody gives a fuck about that. Nobody cares that, tensions in the Middle East have caused gasoline prices to rise overnight. Astronomically. Astronomically. Fucking a week and a half ago, gas was like $3, maybe a little less, at least where I'm from. This shit's like $3.40 now. $3.30. Are you kidding? And I know that the president doesn't directly, there's a whole bunch of other factors. I would have said the same thing if Trump was in office. But or if anybody else was in office. But the fact that our president he can't do anything. Does he do anything? No. I've never seen him speak. I've never seen a video of him speaking coherently. He goes out there, he probably reads something, and that's it. We're done. Goodbye. I have no sentiment, nothing organic about me. Right? This was written for me. I'm not going to answer any questions. That's it. Goodbye. What is that? You guys want to write about something? Write about that. Write about the fact that our fucking president is brain dead. Write about the fact that, there's terrible shit going on in the world. Draw attention to that. Draw attention to real terrible fucking things. It's not terrible that a gay couple got killed in a fucking movie. They won't be the first. They're not the first, and they won't be the fucking last. You know what I'm saying? Do you guys want gay people in movies or not? They're going to get killed. It's part of movies. There's movies where people get killed, especially ones with serial killers on Halloween, called Halloween Kills. It's sickening. It really is sickening. And I'm happy that I was able to get this fucking rant out to you guys because I've been ruminating about it and it's been bothering the shit out of me. All this stuff, man. It's disgusting. It's gross. It is gross. And if I'm sure there's going to be people who bitch and complain about this, and to them I say go fuck yourself, because if you're not understanding what I'm saying, if you're not seeing through the lines, I have no problems with anybody. I don't care what your orientation is. I don't care where you're from. If you're a decent fucking person, great. That's the only thing. Even if you're a bad person, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. People care too much. People care far too much about everything. People are so... They care too much, and I shouldn't say about everything, because there's clearly awful shit that's happening that nothing is getting done about, right? If all these people said, hey, let's put our efforts into, saving the planet, considering we have 20 years or something before we're all underwater, right? Or before the entire ozone layer has been completely taken away because of all these people with hairspray, all these women that got to go out with hairspray, and all these guys that got to drive these insanely diesel trucks because they got tiny cocks. You know what I'm saying? What about that? Nobody's bitching about that. Nobody's complaining about that. Everybody's complaining about nonsense. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Words. The Taliban, they seem pretty nice, but, they're saying death to America, but they seem pretty nice. Why is there any rhetoric supporting them at all? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys saw that on CNN a couple months ago. But there's shit like that. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. It's stupidness. And I don't read the news. I see articles here and there, stuff I want to talk about, stuff that, you know, provokes thought. I come on here sometimes and I have shit that I want to talk about. Sometimes I don't have shit. And this is all to lead back to the fact that an entire country is canceling an Irish basketball team in Boston. You know what goes on in Boston? You know what Boston is? It's a bunch of pale fucking people, right? Yelling and screaming all the time. Yelling and screaming. Just about anything. But definitely about sports, right? Always screaming about something, but definitely about sports, right? Boston people are very, very empty people. They work, blue-collar jobs that they don't want to work, and it's cold, and all they have is their sports teams, right? And we're very blessed over here in the Northeast because we have very, very good sports teams in Boston. And if that's your thing, then that's great. But, the fact that some big white guy on their team said free to bet, which you should shut the fuck up about already, right? Like, go ahead, say whatever you want, but, what business is it of yours? Again, this social justice thing, this thing that everybody's got to have a cause, everybody's got to co-sign on something, everybody has to agree with the idea that, hey, this is bad. Let's all talk about it together and whatever the fuck else. Let's draw attention. Let's use our platforms to draw attention. Shut the fuck up. Be quiet, okay? And I think athletes have power. I do. I think they have plenty of power to talk about whatever the fuck they want. They're influential. People, they're very influential when it comes to buying products, right? If you slap a Nike logo on Donovan Mitchell's back, people are going to buy the shirt. You know what I'm saying? They're influential in that sense. But nobody takes them seriously unless they're willing to... The only social justice athlete that anybody has ever taken seriously is Muhammad Ali. Because that motherfucker he got stripped. He said, I'll go and get a job. I don't give a fuck. Because I am not going to go fight in a war halfway across the country, or halfway across the world with people I have no problem with. They never done nothing to me. Where over here, people of my color, people of my cloth are getting killed or getting, they don't have the same rights here on the home soil. And I got to go fight? Go fuck yourself. And that guy lost years off his prime as a heavyweight boxer. Then he came back and fucking, ran amok and went crazy all over again. But that's the only guy. Not even Colin Kaepernick. You know why? Because a couple years after, he was trying out. Try to get back into it. Yeah. The only reason Muhammad Ali got back into it was because he had an opportunity to. No one's picking up Colin Kaepernick because it's the NFL, right? They have something to uphold. Nobody's going to pick him up. No team is going to, nobody's going to do any of that shit. Nobody took, and that's really it. There's nobody else who's had an impact on social injustice that has been an athlete other than Muhammad Ali. Because he actually was an activist. He actually walked with the people, spoke to people, made things was willing to throw away something that people wish in their lifetime they could see. Being a heavyweight champion of the world in a time where that was the thing to be. If you were the heavyweight boxing champion of the world, holy fuck. And he said, nah, fuck all that. Fuck all of that. Threw it away. You know why? You know what happens now? A tweet, an Instagram, Kyrie Irving, all this bullshit. I'm not getting vaccinated. That's good. Don't get vaccinated. I think everybody has that opportunity. Everyone should, whatever. But you're not making a difference. There's no other, you know what I'm saying? It's I don't know. This is me just rambling on and ranting about things that fucking bother me. You know what I'm saying? It's shit that doesn't make sense. Do I think that athletes should have any say in stuff that doesn't involve their sport? Maybe. right? Maybe. It depends who. But historically, it doesn't fare well, right? It doesn't. If Tibet somehow gains their freedom from China and they're able to do whatever the fuck they want and the Chinese regime falls, no one's going to say, thank God for the Boston Celtics. Thank God for Cantor. I don't even know his first name, but thank God for that big white guy that he tweeted or he made an Instagram video and said, thank God now that Tibet is free. It's all thanks to him. Nobody. Not a single person. That'll never happen. Never. And it hasn't happened. Historically, it has not fucking happened. No athlete other than Muhammad Ali has been able to stand up for something and have it actually be a cause. He didn't get any sponsorships by Nike to be in commercials, right? Like Colin Kaepernick did. He got a check, right? He got a check, and he also got money, I'm sure, from people who, he probably got some residuals and all this shit. He did fine, okay? He did all right. Muhammad Ali is the only one. Historically, he is the only athlete that has ever made a difference. And if there's other ones, please tell me who they are, because I don't know who the fuck they are. They clearly didn't make enough of an impact, because Muhammad Ali is revered by people all around the fucking world. Nobody cares about anybody in the Boston Celtics. Nobody. Not a fucking soul, especially not around the world. They don't know nothing about the Celtics. They don't even know nothing about Boston, which is good. That's great. Okay? Guys, thank you so much for listening to the show. I went off on a pretty big rant there. That was, I snapped right out of it, though. You see that? Snapped right back into the happy-go-lucky host that you guys all know and have grown to love. Thank you all so much for listening. We're going to have a great episode on Thursday. Make sure you, follow the show and tell people about us and the whole fucking deal. Go to obsessiveaggression.com. I sold a pair of gloves today, which is cool. Pretty cool for something I don't really pay attention to anymore. Something that I've put on the shelf. Something that I have completely neglected, right? Something that I have decided that, hey, I'm going to spend a lot of money, make a lot of noise about it, and then stop doing it, which is historically what I've done with a lot of different things. But, it's pretty cool, right? Somebody wanted them, and I sold them to them. Mm-hmm. But anyway, guys, I'm done talking to you. Have a great rest of your Monday. So long.